5 News This Morning starts now.
Everybody thinks that all the restaurants are competition, but we're not.
Coming up, how the community of Boonville is supporting local restaurant owners who lost their building in a fire.
And for today, much cooler temperatures struggle to get out of the 70s, maybe even the upper 60s in some areas, and that rain is on the way soon. We'll talk more about it coming up.
Plus, armed National Guard troops were seen patrolling the streets of Washington over the weekend. This as President Trump says that they could soon be sending more to American cities.
A live look outside in Rogers here at 6:30. Thanks so much for waking up with us. We hope you had a great weekend and that you're loving these temperatures. I know I am. I woke up today feeling a little bit of surprise. It was a bit cooler.
It was cold because our air was set so low.
I don't know if I go that far.
Well, no, in our house because the air was so low.
Yeah.
And then with those temperatures dropping, it was cold out.
Yeah, the air conditioner's keeping up now.
I was going to say, you might be able to turn it off at times. Like I said, today might not be too shabby of a day as long as you don't mind maybe some rain getting in. If you have, east-facing windows, might be a little bit better because that rain's moving in from the west. But again, wouldn't be too shabby. Wouldn't be a bad idea to do it because temperatures are going to be the 70s, low 80s, and it's not going to be too muggy out there. So maybe save yourself some money with that. We are seeing a little bit of increase in coverage here in Sequoia County with showers and maybe a few downpours here. And this is only the start of what's to come later today. So you can see a little bit of that scattered activity moving through the river valley. But the much bigger activity is off to the west. You can see kind of this heavy band just north of Oklahoma City. Excuse me. That'll be making its way eastward later today, and then a little bit there north of Wichita will be making its way to northwest Arkansas here as well. So as you're heading out to the bus stop, could see some isolated showers. Keep the umbrella and rain gear handy, not only for this morning, but especially as we head towards the afternoon and evening hours when the storm chances pick up, especially later this afternoon by about 5 o'clock. We could probably be seeing nearly area-wide rain. Now, it is not going to be a 24/7 rain, right? We're going to see some breaks Tuesday and Wednesday, but Thursday and today I think are the best chances of rain, not only for rain in general, but heavy rain and maybe a little bit of a flash flooding concern. So we'll talk more about that and the specific rain timings here to get you ready for the week ahead coming up in your full forecast. For now, let's take a live look at traffic on this Monday morning. At the day right this time. Here's a live look along I-49 at Pinewood, just north of the Springdale area near between Lowell and Elm Springs. Good morning to you there. You can see some very low-hanging cloud cover. That cloud cover is going to stick around for all of the day today, keeping us a little bit cooler, and then we'll add in that rain later. We'll talk more about that again coming up in just a little bit. Joe and Tiffany.
All right, thanks for that, Danny. Well, new this morning, changes are coming to a busy Siloam Springs intersection. This is to improve safety as the area continues to grow.
5 News reporter Jacob Luthi is live there this morning with what drivers can expect soon. Good morning, Jacob.
Yeah, good morning, Tiffany. Good morning, Joe. That change coming right here to Kenwood Street and Highway 16. Right here in Siloam Springs. It's a two-way stop that's going to change into a four-way stop. The 2 stop signs in question that are being added, expected today, are currently covered, but again, that is supposed to change. And in speaking to residents, especially right here on the corner of the intersection, speaking to the minister of this church here, he says that he'll be working on days during the week and he'll hear lots of screeching. He says on several occasions his cameras here have caught in accidents, and this is a really busy road, right? We're right here off Highway 412 in Siloam Springs. A lot of people make their way from 412 down over, kind of use this road as a back way to get to Farmington or to Fayetteville. Now, the city says that discussions about changing the traffic pattern at this intersection have been in the works for years. Initial plans called for a traffic light, but after a study by the Arkansas Department of Transportation, officials determined a four-way stop would improve safety. Now, the 2 added stop signs is a project that is being funded by RDOT, but again, was requested by the city. According to Siloam Springs Police, there have been 44 crashes at or near this intersection over the past 3 years. Siloam Springs Public Works Director Josh Napier says the city is constantly working both internally and with the Arkansas Department of Transportation to monitor traffic patterns to improve safety across the city. He says these changes are the way that the city is trying to keep up with the area's growth.
Obviously, we're monitoring traffic patterns, and we work closely with our Siloam Springs Police Department, just accident reports and things like that. There was also like other areas in town that were on the discussion as well. So, and we're also developing a lot out that direction further east off Kenwood. There's a lot of housing that's going in right there, and potentially a school in the not too distant future. So it's definitely the way that the city is growing.
Again, the 2 stop signs do remain covered. That's expected to change today. And speaking with Siloam Springs Police, they also say that there's going to be an increase in patrol trying to help anyone navigate this area, especially if they haven't driven by in the last several weeks, just to make sure that they're aware that the stop signs are here. But for now, I'm live in Siloam Springs, covering news where you live. Jacob Luthi, 5 News.
All right, thanks for that, Jacob. The Arkansas Department of Corrections making some changes to how people send mail to inmates. They say all incoming mail will be sent to a digital mail processing center now. It'll be sorted, scanned, and uploaded to a tablet so the inmate can read it. Items like legal correspondence, books, magazines, and packages, those will still be sent directly to the prison. Officials there say that the changes are being made as part of an effort to keep contraband out of Arkansas prisons.
Well, the Boonville community is rallying around a local restaurant that caught fire. Jacob and Carrie Carey, owners of Pizza Italia in Boonville, watched a fire tear through the restaurant last Tuesday. Fire crews responded right away, but the flames kept spreading. The couple has lived in Boonville since 2000 and opened the restaurant in 2012. Now they say that everything is gone. Since the fire, other local businesses are stepping up. Reed's Hometown Barbecue announced that they'll donate a portion of their sales to help them rebuild. And the support has reached far beyond Boonville.
Volunteers.
Outpouring of folks, the local community, the River Valley has reached out. A lot of folks from River Valley. It's just very humbling for us.
They say that they are still assessing the fire damage and are unsure of whether or not they will rebuild. They'll be posting updates on their Facebook page, Pizza Italia Boonville.
Well, a Rogers man facing a murder charge for his son's death is set to be arraigned today. Zachary Campbell was arrested for battery in 2009 after his infant son was hospitalized with injuries, including a brain bleed. Investigators say Campbell had shaken the baby. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to over 30 years in prison. His son suffered from lifelong ailments before his death last year. Now, earlier this year, we learned that Campbell now facing a capital murder charge. His arraignment is set for 8 o'clock this morning in Benton County.
In Oklahoma, a suspect, Austin Reeves, is in custody after being accused of setting a McLean County, Oklahoma deputy's home on fire. The McLean County Sheriff's Office says last week a suspect was caught burglarizing the deputy's home. The following night, authorities say that the suspect returned to the scene and lit fire to the vehicles and the house. The officer and his family are safe, but the home and vehicles are a total loss. The sheriff's office says that Reeves was taken into custody after a brief standoff in Norman.
Well, President Trump has added another city to those he's considering sending in National Guard troops, Baltimore. He's traded barbs with Maryland Democratic Governor Wes Moore online over the weekend, offering federal help for what he called, quote, out of control, crime-ridden Baltimore. Now, the president said last week he's considering deploying troops to Chicago and New York City, as he did in Washington, D.C. Some troops in the nation's capital are now carrying firearms. And Democrats in Illinois say they'll sue if the president deploys a National Guard member to Chicago over their objections, though it's unclear how many troops he might send and when. City statistics show that violent crime is down by double digits in Chicago, but the president says locals want his involvement.
It's an offense to the sovereignty of states.
Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent, and we'll straighten that one out probably next.
Well, critics say troops aren't trained in policing and shouldn't face off with American citizens.